All right, today we're going to be replacing the ball bearings inside a energy valve for a log splitter. This will be how to take off the detent cover and put in the large bearing and the 4 small bearings to restore the retract function on most log splitters that use the energy style valve. We'll need just a simple 4.5 millimeter Allen wrench, your ball bearings that you get in the pack, and I got a 5 millimeter something to push the big ball bearing back with. You'll see when we get into the steps, and some WD-40 or your preferred lubricant just to give it a shot at the end there. All right, here we go. All right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the 2 Allen head screws that hold the detent cover on. They're pretty easy to take off. They shouldn't have too much torque on them. The cover itself doesn't really offer too much protection other than to the elements and to debris. Okay, once you get them loosened up enough, slide the housing off. Inspect your screws for even wear, no cracking. Inspect your housing inside for any debris. Should be clear of anything. So this is the detent housing here. This is the detent collar. If you look up part numbers and they want to give you a detent collar, this will be it. It has a groove inside for the bearings to ride in under normal operation, and then a locking groove in the back. Check that to make sure there's no deterioration of the lip that would stop it from holding in the bearings. If there is a deterioration, you will have to order a new one, and that is the part available through Energy's website. So take that off and look at it. You can remove this collar and inspect it. This really doesn't do anything other than to protect the spring in here. And then take your little Allen wrench and pull out the spring that's inside there. If you don't have this, this also needs to be ordered from Energy. I'm only going over how to install the bearings that were purchased. So that's a good spring. These can be bought at most hardware stores or at lawn supply places that deal in higher end equipment. So make sure that slides back in there, all the way back in. That's good. So, first things first, let's take our collar, the bigger collar, and slide it over the spring. Now, all right, then we're going to take our bearings, the small ones that we've purchased, put the one in the top, okay? And then we're going to put the one in the bottom and hold it there with our finger. We're going to take the one for the back and put it in and curl our finger around so it holds it in. And then we're going to take this last one, put it in there, and hold it with our thumb. So now all 4 bearings are being held in their holes. Now we're going to take the big one, put it in the end, and hold it in with our other finger. All right, now we're going to take our long pushing tool, whatever we're going to use to push, and slide it through the big collar, making sure that the ribs are toward the back. Then we're going to come down here and we're going to put the tip of it against the big ball. And you got to have a good amount of force, and you're going to push that big ball back behind the little balls. While you're pushing, slide the collar over top of the little ball bearings. Now if you see, the big ball is behind the little ball, and the little balls are resting in the first trough of the detent collar. Nothing will come out, the spring's compressed, the balls are being pushed outward by the large ball trying to push outward. Nothing should pull off, everything should stay nice and tight. Cycle this. Now we're just going to put a little shot of lubricant inside. If my WD-40 can wants to work. And you can give a little bit to the outside. Like I said, there really isn't too much happening back here other than the spring compressing and the balls locking in. So you don't have a lot of action. You have just a couple moving parts, but you do want to keep it rust free. And let's take our housing, make sure it's nice and clean. We don't have nothing affecting the seal. It's not a great seal, but it does, like I said, it does keep certain elements out. And we'll put our Allen head screws back in. Take our 4.5 millimeter Allen wrench and tighten them back up. All right, now that we got everything reassembled, we're going to make sure that our detent hold is working. And there we go. Everything seems to be working fine. And I'm ready to go split some wood. Thanks for watching.